one of Brad Pitt's all-time favorite movies. Brad Pitt has been giving some of the most memorable acting performances of the late 20th century and the beginning of the new millennium for more than 3 decades now. He rose through the ranks in Ridley Scott's road classic Thelma and Louise, but David Fincher's murder drama Seven was when he really hit his stride. Pitt went on to become one of the most well-known actors in Hollywood history, asserting his claim as a blockbuster performer with a number of important roles under his credit. In Inglourious Basterds and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, as well as Burn After Reading, he performed for Quentin Tarantino and the Coen brothers. Pitt himself counts several of his films among his most treasured, just as many of his flicks are among my personal favorites. Pitt mentioned one of his all-time favorite films, a Werner Herzog classic, when visiting the JM Video store in Paris, which has thousands of DVDs. Pitt cited Fitzcarraldo as one of his all-time favorites. Have you watched the making of Burden of Dreams? It features the previous cast, which I believe included Jason Robards. You can see his take when he stands on the tower and declares, "Opera, we're bringing opera." The movie, an epic adventure from Herzog from 1982, stars Klaus Kinski as Brian Sweeney Fitzgerald, an Irish rubber mogul charged with moving a huge steamship over a treacherous Peruvian incline. The titular Fitzgerald aspires to gain access to a rubber reserve in the Amazon basin. Fitzgerald is well known in the South American nation. Pitt claims that Jason Robards initially played the lead in Herzog's film, which had a complicated production. As in the movie, Herzog's crew had to make a real attempt to get the ship over the hill, which resulted in multiple injuries. During this period, Robards fell ill as well, which sparked a second phase of Klaus Kinski's development. Pitt described Robards' attempt as having a certain sense of excitement, but they were stopped when our man Klaus arrived. And when you see Kinski, he is furious. He's almost insane when he says, "We're bringing the opera." It was such a unique color, I never would have considered it. Kinski and Herzog are known to have had a tumultuous working relationship. On the films Agora, The Wrath of God, Nosferatu the Vampire, and Wojciech, the two had previously collaborated. Pitt said of Kinski, "That's why he's one of my all-time favorites, despite the actor being recognized for both his ferocity on screen and his violent nature in real life."